Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch.
Yeah, I was going to take the incessant robbery attacks on the Ogun Polytechnic in Shakbadi. And it said the Polytechnic has announced immediate shutdown. Students will be learning from home. And it's until further notice because robbers, in fact, the students had been protesting last week because of these attacks. Robbers have come there, they raped the girls, they steal all their property, and then last weekend, they actually killed one of the students. So the school, they have been attacking the whole area, the Ishara, Ikpara, and all their communities. Ogun State, that's
Gateway Polytechnic.
Jebu and its environs, Ishara. Ishara, I think that's even close to the governor's house. It's not too far from, so
they had to close down the school?
They've had to close down the school till further notice. They said they will be doing their lessons online until...
It's sad that, they can't even get police protection for that institution. The videos were trending of, the particular attack where that student died, and they're showing all the blood stains and all of the attack. And for the institution to choose to shut down instead of saying...
It means that the security, apparatus that should be protecting the people...
They don't have enough.
Nobody told them.
No, but just say, they'll tell you how many schools can we protect. Just so many, because it's just unfortunate.
So I have the story of the Adereti family. Their daughter, a 13-year-old girl, was kidnapped on her way to school. So according to the father, Shegun Adereti, he said he took his kids to the bus stop where their school bus would usually pick them. And he was called in the afternoon to say that the 13-year-old was kidnapped while she was standing with her sister waiting for the bus by wicked people. He said he also called, he had to report it to the police because the moment they called him, they said he was a politician and could afford the release of his daughter. But, he doesn't have that money. He works with the airports as a Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, and he cannot afford whatever they are demanding. He's also asking the police to protect his family at this time, while they also help. It says, we received threats warning us not to involve the police, but as a family, we are deeply distressed and have no choice but to seek the help of law enforcement agencies. I implore the diligent officers of the Nigerian Police Force to take action to track down those culprits swiftly. Their threats indicate they are seeking a ransom, putting our lives in peril. The father also asked that his family at this time be protected because of the, any further attack.
I read this story and I didn't take it because I felt really touched that his daughter is in danger. He's worried, and he has now had to come out.
Yes.
So his daughter is in even more danger from these kidnappers. That's the reason I didn't want to take the story, because I didn't want to jeopardize her life any further. So they should help this guy. It's not right. 13 years old.
I want to take the story about, it's a very sad story, but we've been taking the story, I think I took the story yesterday, or was it last week Friday, and we were anticipating this was going to happen, the crowd that would rush to the banks because there is an impending limit on your ability to withdraw or do any transaction if you have not linked your bank with BVN and NIN. So apparently, some people that had money in their account and had no BVN or NIN are now rushing to withdraw their money, and the queues and the large number of people has led to cash shortage hitting banks. Our customers are rushing to revalidate as well. So some of the bank managers that Punch got to interview were telling the Punch, on being anonymous within First Bank, said based on Japa syndrome, they are already short-staffed. Then having to deal with the number of people that are going to be coming to the bank now for revalidation. The bank is considering they'll be extending the hours workers have to work, as well as opening the banks on Saturdays and Sundays to clear the backlog. The backlog is to the tune of 75 million. There are 75 million bank accounts that will be restricted or blocked. Only 59 million are registered as of October 9, 2023. According to the NIBS, that's the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System, it shows only over 75 million bank accounts would be restricted or blocked because they don't have NIN or BVN linkage in them, and it's either or. So people are rushing to the banks, and I think maybe the bank can deploy technology so that you don't need to be physically present to link your NIN and
I just text my NIN to you now.
code or something like that that would.
I've been feeling this
It happened
cash
with the NEPA
shortage.
too. At NEPA, people couldn't pay their NEPA bills.
Yes.
Because of
They're linking everything right now.
Yes,
Just linking
they want to catch you anywhere you
everything.
turn.
To lack that again.
They are
we
locking it.
need that.
Visit it.
Let me take this story. UK has introduced three...
We have not read that.
Oh, son, sorry about that, Daily Sun. Army admits killing villagers in bombing target error. EFCC chairman talks tough on anti-graft war, rights abuse and others. AGF Agbemi leads prosecution as court jails 4 Boko Haram financiers 40 years. UK begins implementation of ban of Nigerian students, others from bringing family members. You must take responsibility for Buhari's failure, APC Chieftain tells Tinubu. Health workers urge NJC to address Nigeria's justice delivery. Ilumelu seeks global leaders' immediate climate action for Africa. And President's Chief of Staff explains appointment of young Nigerians as ministers and aides. Let me start with the UK government. So they introduced 3 key policies to curb the immigration numbers. You've seen, as you recall, they had the data saying last year that they got 120 dependents coming to the UK up from 100 approved workers. So they're saying that for you to emigrate to the United Kingdom, you need to earn at least £37,700 annually, which comes to over 56 million naira per year. Minimum. You have to earn that to live and work in the UK.
How much in pounds again?
£38,700. Also, they said that there is a ban on care workers bringing family members to the UK. That's been banned. And also, they are also stopping bosses in the UK from hiring workers from overseas at a cheaper rate. So usually they had, I think they're allowed to bring in workers for a cheaper rate, less than 20% of what they earn in the UK. But that's also been stopped. So those are 3 key policies that was announced by the UK's Home Secretary, James Cleverly, yesterday. And these will take effect, I'm not sure exactly when, but that is what Cleverly was saying, that approximately 120,000 dependents accompanied 100,000 care workers and senior care workers in 2023, as of September 23. Those are huge numbers that they're trying to curb and reduce. So, lucky those who have already jackpot without...
with their entire family.
We'll be thanking God and thanking God right now.
The AGF led prosecution and the court has jailed 4 Boko Haram financiers to 40 years imprisonment. Sorry, yes, 40 years to run concurrently. According to the Sun, they led prosecution, and these 4 financiers of Boko Haram, Modu Aisami, Zana Zarama, Umar Mohammed, and Bunu Kame, pleaded guilty, and they were represented by the Director of Criminal Justice in the Legal Aid Council. So I understand what YK meant now when she said they did not catch the big fries. So this
Legal aid
not
is
even
representing
afford
you.
their lawyers. And
How
we
are
have
you funding?
financiers who are extremely wealthy.
Big fish.
Were caught, identified by Dubai police, and they've not been prosecuted till date. But the small ones who could not even help themselves.
Catching one that was selling bread or something to them.
Was a good
Who's probably a conduit.
He was selling bread. The other one was a harbored one. These are small people. Gave them 20 years.
Okay,
The
another story.
really culprits, those ones are sitting pretty.
They're still strolling around. All right, so I want to take the story of the health workers, the Nigerian health workers, under the National Association of Government, General Medical and Dental Practitioners. They've called for the National Judicial Council, NJC, and other relevant bodies to address the concerns that they have on streamlining the justice system. The justice carried by judiciary for them is extremely slow, and that's where everybody gets, like all Nigerians' hope relies on the judiciary. They are appealing this, they did a communique in Osogbo by the Deputy Secretary General, Anas Idris, and he said that by streamlining the carriage of justice, they will be able to get a lot of things done. He said judiciary workers are not well paid. It's sad the way they see them. I was wondering, okay, this is health workers complaining on behalf of judicial workers, but I think we're all working together. However, they asked for one thing for themselves within the communique. They asked that generalist allowance be paid for general duty doctors. Because we are having a lot of people, a lot of JAPA doctors going, for general doctors, general practitioners that are having to do the job of any other thing that comes into the hospital, they should be getting a generalist allowance aside from their income. And the federal government should implement this to ease the work that the members are playing, having to keep up and fix the keep the medical system running when they don't have enough hands to solve the problems available.
To make them still.
Vanguard. Kaduna, 50 killed in army's aerial bombing of bandits. Gas flare in Nigeria loses 702 billion naira as oil firms flare 241 million a day. Why we passed 2024 budget for second reading, says Abaribe. Gridlock. Lagos Commissioner indifferent as trucks take over Oshodi and Tinkan Expressway. Some government officials forging Akeredolu's signature, says Ajulo. Emefiele, Nigerians in the US accuse federal government of rights abuse. COP28, FG sponsored only 422 delegates. And Obi knocks federal government over Vice President Shetima's new residence. Okay.
Okay, so I have the Tinkan traffic story. So, according to the Vanguard, it said the Commissioner for Transport, Oluwaseun Osiyemi, has remained indifferent to the suffering and complaints of motorists and commuters as truck drivers and tanker drivers take over the road from Fagbem, that's Meanwards Mile 2, all the way to Tinkan Island Port. And this account takes, a truck driver, one Olushola Akintola, who says he had been on the road for 5 days trying to access the port despite paying over 30,000 naira at various checkpoints. And that they are doing is lamenting, along with other road users, that there is indiscriminate parking by other truck drivers after paying illegal tolls to hoodlums who are working closely with the officials of the government and security agencies operating along the route. This is because even after paying, you do not see any you don't see any solution. Nothing abate. The situation has defied any kind of solution, and they are not hearing from the Commissioner for Transport in Lagos State. Now, Lagos State has over the years done a lot towards the Tinkan traffic, the e-call-up system, the and all of that. And right now, it's not working, and the Commissioner is just not, acting. He's being indifferent. So I think
everything has defied.
We are looking to hear from the Commissioner for Transport. It's very important.
Yeah. So I wanted to take Akeredolu story. A civil rights activist, Dr. Kayode Ajulo, he went on a TV station yesterday and he accused Ajulo. He accused the cabal of faking the governor's signature and signing papers. He says the deputy governor cannot take over from the governor, but they are signing and saying it's the governor's signature. He says going through the approval compared to what the governor had approved when he was hale and hearty, there are notable disparities in them.
What is happening in...
So the notable disparity is not concluded that it's not Akeredolu. But that's him speculating.
There is a gap.
And there is a gap.
The deputy governor cannot become the acting governor.
Yes, that one is there. But you cannot conclude because you feel that there's discrepancies, that suddenly they're not. So it's somebody's personal opinion.
Chief Press Secretary to... You see, when we open our eyes in this country and know that the politicians themselves, they are not. They don't care.
I also know that people tweak narratives for their own benefit. So right now, I don't even trust anybody anymore. Anybody on
TV yesterday.
Everybody has an agenda.
I looked at him. I looked at my screen like this. I said,
Irori.
We have to run. That's all. No, let's go on a break. When we come back, we move to our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.